Alright, so in this problem, I have 5x to the power of 5 minus 5x is equal to 0. So, to solve this problem, I'm going to first start by factoring out 5 from 5x to the power of 5 minus 5x. So now I have 5 times x to the power of 5 minus x is equal to 0. Now, I can go ahead and divide both sides by 5. So then these two cancel out. And now I'll be left with x to the power of 5 minus x is equal to 0 divided by 5 is 0. Now, x to the power of 5 minus x, I can simply factor out x from here. So now if I factor out x, I get x times, x to the power of 5 divided by x is x to the power of 4, and negative x divided by x is negative 1. So this is equal to 0. And now this is going to give me two equations. I have x is equal to 0, and I have x to the power of 4 minus 1 is equal to 0. So x equals 0, this is already a solution. So now I'm going to go ahead and solve x to the power of 4 minus 1 equals 0. Well, x to the power of 4, that's the same thing as x to the power of 2 times 2. And if I have something in the form a to the power of m times n, this is equal to a to the power of m to the power of n. So x to the power of 2 times 2, it's going to go x to the power of 2 to the power of 2 minus 1 is the same thing as 1 squared. So this is equal to 0. Now, if I have something in the form a squared minus b squared, this is equal to a plus b times a minus b. So in this case, if x squared to the power of 2 minus 1 squared, a is equal to x squared and b is equal to 1. So I have x squared plus 1 times x squared minus 1 is equal to 0. So this gives me two equations. I have x squared plus 1 equals 0, and I have x squared minus 1 equals 0. So for x squared minus 1 equals 0, I can simply add 1 on both sides, and I'll be left with x squared is equal to 1. Now I'm going to take the square root on both sides. Square root of x squared is simply x, so I have x is equal to positive or negative 1, because the square root of 1 is positive or negative 1. So these are two solutions. And now x squared plus 1 equals 0. I'm going to start by subtracting 1 on both sides, so I have x squared is equal to negative 1. Now I'm going to take the square root on both sides. Square root of x squared is x, and the square root of negative 1, this is actually equal to the imaginary number I. So I have x equal to positive or negative I. So these are two more solutions to this problem. So my solutions are x equals 1, x equals negative 1, x equals 0, x equals I, and x equals negative I, for negative I. So these are my 5 solutions to this problem. Alright, so in this problem I have 5 to the power of x is equal to 7. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take the log on both sides. So now I have log 5 to the power of x is equal to log 7. Now if I have something in the form log a to the power of b, I can simply move this exponent b to the front. So this is going to equal b times log a. So in this case, I have log 5 to the power of x. So I can move x to the front. So now I'm going to have x times log 5 is equal to log 7. Now, to simplify this, the value of log 5, this is equal to approximately 0.8451. Log 5, this is actually equal to 0.6990. And log 7, this is equal to 0.8451. So these are my two values for log 5 and log 7. Alright, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to first start by dividing both sides by log 5. So then these two cancel out. And now I'm going to be left with x is equal to log 7 over log 5. Now, I know that log 7, this is equal to 0.8451. And log 5, this is equal to 0.6990. So now I have 0.8451 over 0.6990, which is equal to 1.2090. So this is my answer. So now to check, first start with 5 to the power of x equals 7. I know that x equals 1.2090, so I have 5 to the power of 1.2090 is equal to 7. Now, 5 to the power of 1.2090, that's equal to approximately 6.99, so I have 6.99 equals 7. And 6.99 rounds up to 7, so I have 7 equals 7. And because this is right, my solution is right. Hey guys, welcome back to Click Academics. In today's video, I'm going to be teaching you guys how to solve this algebraic equation. Now, make sure to stick to the end of the video, where I have 3 bonus problems that are similar to this one, which you guys can try to solve. Alright, so I have x to the power of 3 plus x to the power of 2 plus x plus 1 is equal to 0. So I want to find the value of x. So for my solution, first start with x to the power of 3 plus x to the power of 2 plus x plus 1 is equal to 0. So now, from x to the power of 3 plus x to the power of 2, I'm actually going to factor out x to the power of 2. So now I have x to the power of 2 times, well, x to the power of 3 divided by x to the power of 2 is simply just x, plus x to the power of 2 divided by x to the power of 2 is 1. So I have x to the power of 2 times x plus 1, plus simply all I'm left with is x plus 1. So this is equal to 0. Now, if I factor out x plus 1 from this, I get x plus 1 times x squared plus 1 is equal to 0. So, from here, I get 2 equations. I have x plus 1 is equal to 0, and I have x squared plus 1 is equal to 0. So for x plus 1 equals 0, simply subtract 1 on both sides, these two cancel out. Now I'm left with x is equal to negative 1. So this is one solution of x. Now, for x squared plus 1 equals 0, I'm going to first start by subtracting 1 on both sides. So now these two 1s cancel out, and now I have x squared is equal to negative 1. Well, now I'm going to take the square root on both sides. So now I have the square root of x squared is equal to the square root of negative 1. Now, the square root of x squared, that's simply equal to x. So if x equals square root of negative 1, well, it's actually positive or negative square root of negative 1. And if you guys already didn't know, the square root of negative 1 is actually equal to I, the imaginary number I. So now, if I replace the square root of negative 1 with I get x is equal to positive or negative I. So my 3 solutions to this problem are negative 1, I, and negative I. Negative I. So these are my solutions. Hey guys, welcome back to Click Academics. In today's video, I'm going to be teaching you guys how to solve this problem. So we have 1 over m plus 1 over n is equal to 1 over m plus n. Now, let's first start by simplifying our left-hand side here. Let's add 1 over m plus 1 over n. So 1 over m plus 1 over n. If we cross multiply, 1 times n is n, plus 1 times m is m. So n plus m would be our numerator. And our denominator would be m times n. So m n. So now we have n plus m over m times n is equal to 1 over m plus n. Now I'm going to cross multiply once again because we have another equation here. If I do that, we get mn times 1 is simply just mn. This is equal to n plus m times m plus n, which is simply just m plus n squared. Now, if we expand this, we get m squared plus mn plus n squared. And this is equal to mn now. This is actually 2mn. Now, if I subtract by mn on both sides, two mn minus mn is simply just mn. So we get m squared plus mn plus n squared is equal to 0. Now I'm actually going to multiply both sides by 2. So we have 2 times m squared plus mn plus n squared is equal to 0 times 2. Now if we distribute the 2, we get 2m squared plus 2mn plus n squared is equal to 0 times 2 is simply just 0. Now, if we expand this a little, we could convert this to m squared plus 2mn plus n squared plus m squared plus n squared. And now this is equal to 0. Now this would be m plus n squared. This part right here. So now we have m plus n squared plus m squared plus n squared. And this is equal to 0. So now, if we set m equal to 0 and n equal to 0, then this also means that m plus n would be equal to 0, and that means that all of these combined would also equal 0. However, if we plug in 0 in this equation, well, we would have 1 over 0 plus 1 over 0. And you actually can't divide by 0 because you can see if you try to divide by 0, you can't multiply anything with 0 to get 1. So this actually means that all of this is wrong and there is no solution.